What's going on, everybody? Zach here from Pool Sharks, and happy May 1st. Happy Friday. I haven't made a video in a while. The last video I made was back in the winter when we still had 2 feet of snow on the ground and we were out snow plowing. So, pool season is officially here. We've been extremely busy, especially, the last month and a half, and have a lot of big projects going on, a lot of in-ground liners going on right now. We'll be doing a few of those next week, and we have a lot of patios going on, different hardscape projects. So I'm really excited about this season so far. It couldn't have started any better. We added some new pool guppies to the crew, trying to get them evolved into some pool sharks this year. So you'll be seeing some new faces and great workers, and just the team that we have this year, I couldn't be more happy about. So and if you watched some of our other videos, I was explaining for this season, this is our first year doing a lot more of the pool cleaning and maintenance. So weekly and bi-weekly accounts for this year, that's going to be huge. And then we are really expanding more into the concrete work, so a lot more coping, doing some tile jobs and the outside of the pool area, so a lot more of the patios, the different hardscapes, and some people are getting fire pits this year, some benches off to the side that we'll be doing custom cement bench work as well. So can't be more happy about that. And I'm trying to get as much footage as possible, but it's also hard, answering calls and emails and making sure everybody else is good with the day and whatever projects that we have our crew out there and doing everything to make sure that they're all set up. So I'm going to try to bring as much footage as I can, show you kind of, what every day is like for us, and, just the different things. One day we might be doing a lot more, especially now, just openings and cleanings, and then the next day we're doing some of the patios, some of the liners, so some of the bigger jobs. And today we are actually installing a heater, and when we went to get that going, the customer's pump is also fried out and shot. So I'm having Matt and Simon go grab a Hayward super pump. I'm gonna meet them back over there. I had to grab some plumbing supplies, so I'll show you guys what we're doing today, installing a heater and a pump over there. And then we have a little project going on in Shrewsbury, fixing up some tile for an older gunite pool. And then after that, we have a project going on in Webster, right near Webster Lake, not too far from it. It's kind of nice. You can see the lake from the top. It's actually on a residence. It's a Lower Gore and Upper Gore Road. So that area, it's really nice over there. And we're redoing the coping over there. We're taking out it was an old lakeside pool, and we're taking all the coping off there and we're putting a bullnose coping in. So I think the rest of the day we'll be over there and just trying to clean up as much cement as possible and get that prepped, so that way we can start putting that coping on maybe by next week, weather depending. That's a job. I'll be over there with Mike, one of our head masons for this year. So me and him will be working a lot more together on some of the concrete and the patio work. But again, I'm just very excited for the start of this season, and I am very happy with the crew that we got this year so far. And I'm hoping just for a happy and healthy, successful season. And I'll show you guys as much as I can with some of the daily projects we're doing, day in and day out. And I'll show you a little bit what we got going on today. So let's go check it out. Well, I'm just leaving the hardware store because I was low on some PVC, so I went to I don't know if I'm pronouncing it the right way, Barrows Hardware in Worcester, and I gotta say, I like that store. I like that store a lot. It's like $7 and change for a stick of a 10-inch, 1.5-inch PVC for 10 feet. That ain't bad. I don't know what Home Depot is charging now, but I'm all in. I'm all in at Barrows. Hopefully I'm saying it the right way. So I'm on the way to the job where we're doing this heater, and if you hear that rattling, that's just my PVC that I got on top of the my ladder racks, and I had to make room with my pool net and everything else. The pool pole's up there, so if you hear that, that's what that is. Just giving you an example of, you know, a day-to-day, how things can just, you know, you think you have an easy job, and then all of a sudden, you know, oh, I'll be in and out in an hour and a half, and then it turns into 3 hours. But, you know, this job specifically was just going to be a heater install, and that's it. I thought the customer was going to have the pool already open, and I don't like installing a heater when the pool is closed, because I want to see how it operates. I want to make sure that the heater's running. If there's anything dripping or leaking, then we know, instead of doing multiple visits back and forth. So it turned into a pool opening, which is fine. The pool actually looks good. It's blue. You can already see the bottom. Added chemicals into there. Going to install the heater. I right away, Matt and Simon were there before they did anything else. When I got there, I didn't like the way the Hayward pump looked. It was all chlorinated. I said, does that even work? Can you turn it on? And you know, it was seized out. We thought we'd be able to get lucky and just tap it on the impeller. It's gone. The whole bottom side of the pump is just corroded through. So I sent them. They went to go get a new pump, and you know, now we also found a nest. They have an old DE Hayward filter, and there was a nest all inside, so I'm hoping that there's nothing wrong with that. If there's any cracks or damage, we won't know until we turn the pump on. And now I think the customer also wants a chlorinator, so now I'm sending them back to grab that. I gotta confirm that. So just an example, you know, a job that should have only taken about an hour, hour and a half is now becoming, you know, a half a day thing, and just have to move things around. So things change very quickly, especially in New England. You know, I always say, if you're able to take some of your equipment in, do it. If you can put your pump on unions and have it set as a plug-in, do it and take it in during the winter, and you're going to get 12, 15 years life expectancy out of it easily. But yeah, so let's go check out this job, see how it's going. So this is what we're working with right now. And new pump obviously is going to go right back into place here. And this is the DE filter that had the nest on it. So I'm not a fan of these filters. I hate them. I'm a sand filter guy. You know, to each their own. There's nothing wrong with DE. They obviously filter microns down a little bit better, but you put in some glass media inside sand filters, and I don't see a difference in water clarity. If you treat it the right way and your chemicals are on point, you're never going to have an issue. So to each their own. Every pool guy is going to have a different opinion and what they like to install and what works best. But this is going in, and we wanted the pad facing out for the customer because their old heater was turned the other way. So when the gas company comes back to put this in, they're going to have to come out with a 90, come out on this side, and electric is over here, so it's going to be a little bit of a run. So our electrician's going to come in after and tidy that up, and we're going to work on the plumbing right now. Well, we're on to the next one. Matt and Simon are finishing plumbing in that heater in the Hayward pump. So I just kind of got everything prepped over there. Now I'm heading over to Shrewsbury to work on this gunite pool. The problem is there were tiles that were falling off, and they don't make these tiles anymore. I couldn't find anything similar, close to it. We did find a lot of the original ones that were in the bottom of the pool. They were over there earlier in the week vacuuming, so I'm gonna see what I can do with the ones that we found, and just try to, shape this pool up a bit. And the customer didn't really care if it was the same kind, but I'm having trouble even finding anything remotely close to this tile. But we'll see what we can do. The side of that wall too is crumbling. It needs to be fixed. And this one thing, I don't really dabble a whole lot into tile, especially up here in New England. And when they start popping off, you're gonna hear mixed reviews of people saying, when that happens, you have to replace the entire tile around the pool, which, it makes sense. I've seen a lot of people, they'll patch things in and they last a season or two and they start falling again. But this customer is just, very down-to-earth type guy, and just wanted it cleaned up a bit, and whatever we could use for the existing one, that's what we're gonna use. So I have some Versabond products that I'm going to use, and some other type of silicone water resistant that I'm going to use, and try to build that wall up a bit, and then from where it's crumbling, and then stick on the tile. So we'll go check that out now. All right, we're in Shrewsbury right now. It's the old gunite pool. And these are some of the tiles that fell off, so I'm gonna try to put those back in over there. That side of the wall needs a lot of TLC, and that's where it's all crumbling. So we'll see what we can do with that. And when Matt and Simon were here, they were able to fish out a decent amount of the tiles, but we'll see what we can do with these. And fun note, I had to jump the fence because both of the gates are locked and nobody's here. So here we go. So we're plucking away, trying this commercial silicone. It's good for expansion joints, wet and submerged areas, so indoor and outdoor. And hopefully I don't drop my phone here while I'm showing you, but I was just able to get this guy back in. I'm cleaning behind here and then patching these up. Again, this is just a temporary fix to get through the season, and next year we're probably going to end up replacing all these. But the rest of these right now, they look pretty solid. They're good. These guys are going to be fun to deal with. So I'm going away at it right now. So I'm just showing you guys what I'm doing here. I'm just filling in the gaps. I'll try to do it this way. So we don't want to fill over here. We just want to fill in the voids. So we're going to make up this difference, and then we're going to apply our silicone product to the back of these tiles. So anything that's voided through here, and then bring this back up to the same depth across. And I'm not going to have enough tiles because, again, they don't make this kind anymore, but we did fish out over there. So how far we get with it. Okay, so we fill in right now. So again, we just wanted to fill it up to this set what they used behind the tile. So maybe with some type of VersaBond or some other waterproof hybrid concrete. You know, there's a lot of different tile applications people can use. So this right here, because we could see back into that wall a good 3-4 inches almost in some spots, it was so voided. So this is regular strength fast setting concrete up to this point, and then we'll go back and layer it with the silico hybrid sealant that we have and try to match these tiles back up. So I don't have to do it on that side. There was nothing voided, it was just, you can see how flush it is still, but over here was really bad. You know, I could put my finger right through the wall. So it's going to be interesting to see how many more of these tiles start popping off, but this would definitely have to be redone the proper way. Again, this is just patch job, trying to just get through you know, the season in New England for a few months, and then readdress it next year for a you know, bigger renovation project. What's going on, everybody? We are done. It's about 6 o'clock Friday. Just filling, and it came out pretty good. I'm happy with it because they don't make that tile anymore. It's been discontinued. So we built up the wall again, used some hybrid silicone, and happy with the way it came out. And right now we're just putting up the markers around the pool. There was none. The customer wanted it, so we got 6 feet, 8 feet over there, and then 3 feet. And I'll have to upload some more videos here soon, but I appreciate you guys watching, and if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and keep on swimming. Have a good weekend.